Love doesn't always begin with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with a single glance that lasts 1 second too long. Araf met Meher on a winter evening. Cold air, warm coffee, crowded cafe. She was sitting alone reading a book, her hair slightly covering her face. He wasn't planning to fall in love that night. But love rarely asks for permission. Their eyes met. She looked away first, but not before smiling. And that smile, it stayed with him. Days later, they met again. Same cafe, same corner table. But this time, he gathered courage. "Is that seat taken?" he asked. She shook her head. And that was the beginning. Conversations flowed naturally. Favorite movies, childhood stories, dreams they were afraid to say out loud. With every meeting, the distance between them grew smaller, not just physically, emotionally. Their hands brushed once while reaching for the same cup. Electricity. A pause. Neither of them pulled away quickly. Because sometimes, you don't realize you're falling until you don't want to stand up anymore. One evening, rain started pouring heavily. The cafe closed early. They were stuck outside under one small shade. So close now. Closer than ever. Her perfume mixed with the smell of rain. His heartbeat louder than the thunder. He gently tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. She didn't step back. Her eyes searched his. Not with fear, but with trust. That's when he realized, desire without respect is nothing. But desire with love, it's powerful. He slowly held her hand. Warm, soft, real. "Are you scared?" he whispered. "Not of you," she replied. That night, he walked her home. Not because she couldn't walk alone, but because he didn't want the moment to end. At her door, silence grew heavy. Unspoken feelings filled the air. He leaned closer, stopped, gave her time to move away. She didn't. Their first kiss wasn't rushed. It wasn't wild. It was slow, gentle, careful, like two souls asking permission from each other. And when their lips touched, it felt less like fire, more like home. Weeks passed. Their love deepened. They learned each other's fears, their insecurities, their boundaries. Because real intimacy isn't about bodies. It's about vulnerability. One night, they sat together on his apartment balcony, city lights glowing below. She rested her head on his chest. He wrapped his arms around her carefully. His fingers traced circles on her hand. Soft, affectionate, not demanding. She looked up at him. Her eyes filled with something stronger than love. Trust. "I don't want to rush anything," she said softly. He kissed her forehead. "We won't. Because love that's meant to last doesn't need to hurry." That night, they came close to crossing a line. But they didn't. Not because they didn't want to, but because they respected each other more than their desire. And that choice made their bond stronger. Because intimacy is not proven by how far you go. It's proven by how safe someone feels with you. Months later, when they finally decided to take the next step in their relationship, it wasn't about passion alone. It was about commitment. About knowing they chose each other fully, not just in the heat of the moment, but in the calm after it. And that made all the difference. Love is not just touch. It is patience. It is restraint. It is understanding. It is choosing someone again and again, even when desire fades into quiet comfort. If you are listening to this, remember, real love doesn't pressure. It protects. Real passion doesn't force. It waits. And the most powerful connection between two people is not physical. It's emotional safety. If this story touched you, comment. Respect makes love stronger. And share it with someone who believes in deep, meaningful love.